Hey guys, welcome back. Hope you had a good Friday in the markets, February 24th. We're going to look at a little technical analysis. The SPY, overall market, see what's going on. PCE numbers came out. BBBY, oh boy, we went heavy. Some TA on GME, see what's going on there. Most of BBBY is what I'm looking at. Sub up, like up, comment down, happy money sticks around. Follow me on Twitter at happymoneyyt. As well as our Discord server, link for those are both in description. Yeah, PC numbers came in hot. Market dumped on it heavily. I didn't have any short positions. I'm dealing with margin. Apparently they want me to have money to be able to trade with their money. So anyways, trying to figure that out. It doesn't make any sense. But anyways, came down a lot. PC came out, floored through that. I mean, finally the market's actually coming down from levels it shouldn't have been at. The TA is also confirming that, so looks good. Looks like it is coming down. We've got everything's bearish. When we get a Friday, we'll see how it closes. We've got about 40 minutes to close. Typically a pretty red Friday will lead to a red Monday. And besides that, this looks more or less, there's no pull, but basically a bear flag coming into close here. So yeah, I think probably more downs are coming, and certainly some more bounces in there, but I think we might be on the long trend down, back down to new lows, maybe on this drop. So we'll just see what happens as we get to different supports here and what data comes out. We do have some data next week, not like this week though. This week had the most. SPY might rally up a little bit more, fill a little more gap, but I think probably still kind of bearish for Monday. BBBY, I did go in heavy today. Yesterday's thumbnail I said 10K here, and I was referring to the gap fill at 130. I was expecting it to hit there today, the 130. Seems like it got front ran, and just too many buyers were too excited, and we bounced heavy. And a lot of it's only up 4% at this point, but this is very, very good looking to me so far. Everything was different about today. We broke yesterday's high, which was the first time we've broken the prior day's high in like 3 weeks, I think. Last time we broke the prior day's high was it was a ways. Where was it even? I don't know. It was a ways back there. Every day we've made basically new lows. Not only did we break yesterday's high, we actually broke the day before's high, but more or less rejected it. Just found it as resistance, and then consolidated up here at the top, or up here near VWAP, which is great. Looks pretty solid support. I'm thinking that gap fill might not get filled at this point. It's possible it still does, but today so far looks like a solid support and floor being built. On the shorter terms, we got a little inverse head and shoulders, of course bullish MACD, kind of that bull flag. The 4 hour, the MACD flip bullish, have an engulfing candle here, and on the daily, just basically a green candle. We'll see if we end up with an engulfing green candle, which we'll have to move up to $1.625. That's more bullish case that we won't fill this gap, but if we close and it's not engulfing, still good signs of a support is being built, but potentially one last new low before ups, or before consolidation before ups. So I did go in heavy today though, more heavy than 10 grand. I got like 10,000 in shares instead of, I thought on my thumbnail I put 10,000 shares, but I went back and like, oh shoot, I put $10,000, and yeah, stupid me. No, I'm just kidding. But anyways, I do still have more buying power. I don't know if I want to use more if we do go lower, but yeah, if today doesn't close with an engulfing candle, I'm gonna do covered calls for next week at the 2 strike on about 5,000 of the shares. So roughly 500 in premium on those covered calls, just to take off some risk, some hedge a little bit to the downside if we just kind of consolidate here, or if we do come down more. Potentially I will be putting more into it if it comes down here, but we'll see. Volume today was good, increased volume quite a bit from yesterday, and yeah, everything looks pretty good so far. So very well could be the bottom here at 1,420 that we hit today. 420, I didn't even think about that. There you go. It's even a meme number. News comes out this weekend. There's always a chance for that. So that is the risk with my covered calls. Then I'll cap my upside. However, with a large position, you can hedge and just know you're going to realize gains basically if it rallies. So if it doesn't rally, you're going to realize the covered call gains, but you're going to lose shareholder value or share value and shareholder value actually. But yeah, so everything looks good there. And I'll show you the trades once I finish looking at the charts here. GME, low on the day, down 2%. Very low volume again. Still hanging above that 1940, so wondering if it's going to bounce off that or if that's as close as it's going to get. The market looks still bearish to me, potentially with a bounce here and there. So GME could follow that. But yeah, we've got red under the 9 moving average, bearish MACD on the daily here. Just looking for that 1940. If it flushes through there, then you might have some quicker move to the downside. Earnings we're going to have in probably a couple 2 to 3 weeks. So maybe a dump into earnings or maybe a rally into earnings. Or maybe it's one of those just random earnings where nothing really happens. Like kind of like here. Kind of dumped but then rallied, but not like a big move. Here we had a rally out of earnings, dump into it, rally out. I don't think it's necessarily from the earnings. I think it's more just from the cycles and the rollovers, the swaps, whatever. This one I think was from the earnings actually. This rally, since it was cash flow positive, I think that was the little bounce we got there. So IV is so low on GME right now, like it's for farming theta, it's really not even the best. It's pretty good, but really AMC is way better for farming theta right now. For GME, it'd be either shares or buying options, honestly. So buying longer term or whatever options you like to the downside or upside, just because that IV is so low. So my buying power is messed up. I actually did sell some shares today on GME. I know it's at the low, but I kind of needed to. I had that put that I was able to close up 150%, and just trying to sort out my margin. And yeah, so yeah, so the trades we made today. There's some GameStop shares sold the puts. And that's all I did on this account. Saw that Tesla put debit spread. I sold my Bird shares the other day. I can always buy back in. I think on Monday I should have buying power so I can trade a little more in the futures, and then maybe do cover calls in these GME shares. Again, the premium's low though, so it's a little disheartening to do that if we're about to get a huge rip, which any rip will pump the IV on those options. So I don't know, but GME seems like it's been fixed now since the split, and the fun days might be over for a bit. I don't know. I mean, they've been over. It might stay over until we get earnings. Might be like a normal stock. What it seems like. BY coming down here. On the futures, I've been jumping up and down about now gas. Been talking about this. Inverted head and shoulders, bull flags, cup and handles, everything been bullish ever since this day, really. So I've been averaging, buying in on every dip I can on nat gas contracts. You can trade this on stocks too. It's UNG or Boyle's, a leveraged one. But it's back up into this range where I was previously building up a long position, and then it flushed and I closed it. So now I've been building it back up here, and I'm just using futures, but yeah, I really don't have buying power to buy anymore, which is fine. Try and look for a dip, but so far we've got let's see, I've got 3 of these mini contracts, so not a huge position yet. 18,000 in basically notational value, but yeah, I think nat gas could easily still double from here. Well, at least up to 4.5, I think. So not quite double, I guess, at this point, but and then yeah, BBY. Okay, what are we doing on BBY? So on this account, I picked up, you can pause it and look at it, but just 1,000, I think like 900 shares of BBY on here, and then, or sorry, 1,900. And then I opened up 25 cash secured puts at $1.50. strike for next Friday. If you don't know what that is, jump on stream and you can ask and I'll explain it to you. Rolled my 2.5 cash secured puts from this Friday to next Friday for credit. So I kept the same strike, received a small credit. And then on the long term, which I like to try and be careful with and not tinker with it too much, but I did get positions on it. So on here I got 5,000. Let's see if I can. Yeah, I got 5,000 shares on here on the individual. There it is, 5K on there, and then I got 50 cash secured puts at $1.50. Similar, same strike and everything as the other account. Just got 50 of them on here, so that's basically the equivalent of 5,000 shares that I have to buy at $1.50 by next Friday. So there's that one, and then on the IRA I got another 3,500 shares. Let's see, I think I can show you this. Yeah, there's another 3,500 on the IRA. So yeah, it went in a little heavier than I was expecting, but yeah, we'll see. Still have buying power to keep messing with it if it comes down more, but happily with, I guess, how I'm positioned. Buy is back down to VWAP. BBBY is breaking down low a little bit here. We've got some support at $1.50. Big bid order at $4.50. Wonder if this will get filled. Yeah, and if today doesn't have an engulfing candle at the close, which it's not looking like it will, then I will sell cover calls on those. Maybe all the shares, I don't know. Yeah, it's not looking too strong in the close yet. But yeah, that's what I got. We'll see you on Twitter Spaces this weekend. Follow us on there, jump on our Discord, and have a good weekend. Peace out.